Let's kick things off with the most important step, marinating that chicken. You know, without a good marinade, you're just left with plain old chicken. But when you marinate it right, it's like giving your chicken a flavor upgrade. Trust me, it makes all the difference. Start with lime juice. It's not just for margaritas, right? The acid in lime helps break down the meat, making it tender and juicy. Plus, that citrusy zing gives it a refreshing kick. Next up, garlic. You can't go wrong with garlic. It brings that rich, savory flavor to the table, adding depth to the chicken. Now, sprinkle in some cumin. This spice adds a smoky, earthy vibe, just like the tacos you'd get from your favorite taco truck. And of course, chili powder, just a dash to add some heat, but not enough to burn your mouth. It's all about balance. Now, mix all that together, squeeze it over your chicken, and let it marinate for at least 30 minutes. But if you can, let it soak overnight. The longer it marinates, the more flavor your chicken will absorb. Cover it up, toss it in the fridge, and let the flavors do their thing. When you cook it, that chicken will be bursting with flavor, tender, juicy, and perfectly seasoned. This step is where it all starts, so take your time and make sure the marinade does its magic. Once it's ready, you're one step closer to building the best chicken tacos at home. Alright, let's talk about the foundation of every taco, the shell. This is where things get interesting. Do you go with the classic, soft flour tortilla? Or do you go for that satisfying crunch with a crispy corn shell? The choice is yours, but trust me, it's an important one. Soft tortillas are like the cozy, chill choice. They are flexible, they wrap up your fillings perfectly, and they give you that soft bite. They are perfect for holding all that juicy marinated chicken we just made. Soft shells let you fold in all the goodness without worrying about everything spilling out. And they are super versatile, you can throw on any toppings and the taco still feels balanced. On the other hand, you've got the crunchy corn shell. Oh, that crunch! There's something about biting into that crispy shell that just makes you feel like you're eating at a taco stand. The crunchiness adds texture and a little extra excitement with each bite. But here's the catch, they are more fragile, so you need to be careful while filling them up. Too much sauce or toppings, and they'll break apart. In the end, it comes down to what kind of experience you want. If you love that soft, melt-in-your-mouth taco, go for the soft tortillas. But if you're all about that crunch, then the crispy corn shells are your best bet. Either way, once you've got your shell, it's time to move on and fill it with all the flavorful goodness you've been prepping. Each choice has its vibe, and both are delicious, so pick the one that speaks to you. Now, here comes the fun part, the toppings. You've got your perfectly marinated chicken and your choice of shell, but let's be real, tacos are all about the toppings. This is where you can get creative, and it's where the taco really comes to life. Let's start with the classic cheese. There's something about shredded cheese melting over warm chicken that just makes everything feel right. Whether you go for sharp cheddar, pepper jack, or a nice blend of both, cheese adds that creamy, salty bite that balances out the spices from the chicken. It's a must-have in every taco. Then, you've got the crunch lettuce. A little bit of crisp, fresh lettuce adds a light, refreshing contrast to all the rich flavors going on in the taco. Plus, it gives you that perfect crunch with every bite. Don't overdo it, though just a handful will do the trick. Next up, salsa. Oh, salsa. It's the perfect mix of tangy, spicy, and fresh. Whether you go for a classic tomato salsa, a fruity pineapple version, or something spicier like salsa verde, it's the perfect finishing touch to bring everything together. That little bit of heat and acidity from the salsa cuts through the richness of the chicken and adds layers of flavor that make each bite unique. You can also throw in some sour cream for that creamy, cooling factor, or a few slices of avocado if you're feeling extra. And if you want to go wild, a sprinkle of cilantro or a squeeze of lime really takes it over the top. The best part? You can mix and match these toppings based on your taste. Want it spicy? Add more salsa. Want it extra creamy? Go heavy on the sour cream. It's all about building the perfect bite, and this is where you get to have a little fun. Now, let's talk about the heart of the taco, the chicken. This is where the magic really happens, and getting it just right makes all the difference between an okay taco and a great taco. We've marinated it, we've prepped everything, but now it's time to cook it to perfection. The key here is to keep the chicken juicy. There's nothing worse than dry, overcooked chicken in a taco. So, let's make sure we get that perfect balance of crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. I recommend pan-searing your chicken. Get your pan hot, add a little oil, and then lay your marinated chicken down. Hear that sizzle? That's your chicken getting that golden, crispy crust we all love. But here's the trick: you don't want to overcook it. The goal is to get that crispy exterior without drying out the inside. Once the chicken's cooked through, and it should be juicy, not dry, pull it off the heat. Let it rest for a couple of minutes before slicing it up. Resting is important because it helps lock in the juices, so when you cut into it, you get that juicy, tender bite that makes a taco so satisfying. You can also grill the chicken if you're feeling fancy. It adds a nice smoky flavor that'll really take your taco game up a notch. Just make sure to keep an eye on it, so it doesn't dry out. The bottom line: slow and steady wins the race. When done right, that chicken will be the star of the show, and you'll be one step closer to taco greatness. Alright, it's finally time to bring everything together and build the perfect taco. You've got your marinated chicken, your shell, and your toppings. Now it's all about the assembly. This is where you really get to be the taco artist, layering all those delicious flavors in just the right way. Start with your shell. Whether it's soft or crunchy, it's the base for everything. Now, don't just throw everything in there in a rush. You want to layer the ingredients to create that perfect bite with every single scoop. First, load up with your juicy, tender chicken. Spread it out evenly, making sure every corner of the shell gets a little piece of that flavorful goodness. It's the heart of your taco, so make sure it gets the attention it deserves. Next, layer on your cheese. The warmth from the chicken will melt it just enough, creating that creamy, cheesy layer that binds everything together. It's like the glue that holds the taco's soul. Then, add your crisp lettuce, a nice, fresh crunch that contrasts perfectly with the tender chicken and melted cheese. Now comes the salsa. Don't be shy with it. Spoon it generously over your layers. The tangy, spicy notes cut through the richness of the chicken and cheese, giving the taco that fresh, vibrant kick. If you like it creamy, a dollop of sour cream on top is a game changer, adding that smooth, cool factor. Finish it off with a squeeze of lime or a sprinkle of cilantro, and boom, you've got a taco that's not just a meal, but an experience. Each bite should have a balance of textures and flavors, with the crunch, the creaminess, and that perfect kick all coming together. Trust me, this taco is going to taste as good as it looks.